welcome folks to Game 7 in Round 2. So it's actually, well, for this series, I suppose it's the third game, but the game title is Game 7. But anyway, I digress. Here's Game 7, Round 1, Game 1 of Game 7, Round 2. Oh my goodness, can you do the rest of this please, WrongCat? I'm completely confused myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bad Bot Buddies tournament. This is game number 7, round 1 of 3 in this best of 3 elimination tournament. We are watching the first round between Never Win and Cheese and Puns. Never Win, otherwise known as Northern Walk in the orange, and Cheese and Puns represented by Admiral General.
Admiral General.
No, Admiral General. Admiral General and Kazipko in blue. Right. I was doing so well.
You were doing so well.
We have bot factories from the blue team. We have bot factories from the orange team. I'm sensing a theme so far in this tournament, Marshall.
Yes, bots do tend to be your first factory just because they can expand easily. I believe they're cheaper than the vehicle fabricators, and you can put them in a Pelican and fly them off to places, but you do tend to see the air factories following them up. But on larger maps, you know, having those vehicles early relinquishes that map control unless you can get up some cheesy strats like a teleporter or something silly like that, because they just take so long to get to places. So having those hordes of docks going and raiding here, there and everywhere is going to be of a real advantage. Now we do start to see a lot of air factories coming out. We have 1, 2, 3 from orange. The third one is planned after a couple of P-gens there, and down on the South Pole in the blue we've already got 2 and not a third one planned actually. So we just have a lot more bots factories planned from Kazipko and Admiral General. Now the Northern Walk folks have proved themselves in previous tournaments to be a very strong team in 2 versus 2s. So we could see an upset here, and in fact when I made my predictions previously, I gave Northern Walk the favour to win this best of 3.
Did you now?
I did. I think they can. I think they can pull through, and I think it's going to be really exciting to see. Now, an orange bomber already coming over, taking down a blue fabricator. They're a really nice early win. A few hummingbirds are going to try and chase that pesky bumblebee down and finish him off. Unfortunately, he is going to run into a bit of Galata and get taken down anyway. So revenge is sweet and best served hot. Now, looking at the overall strat,
that's not my recipe.
Well, it is. It's. I suppose it's the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I suppose, but I mean, the strategies are so similar here. Just looking around, I mean, over here, for example, orange is expanding to the plateau with a couple of fabbers, building a Galata. Blue is expanding with a fabricator to the plateau, building a point defense. I mean, they're just trying to expand to the same places. Blue getting off a nice bit of scouting there. Do they have a bumblebee to go and take it down? No, they don't, but the Galata will be up instead anyway.
They did in fact have a bumblebee, but it was taken down. That Galata tower actually
that's why I didn't see one.
Very quickly.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the bomber was in front of the fighters and was taken down by the Galata before it could deal any damage. That's expansion secured, at least for the time being, from air raiding. However, we now see some docks coming in from the blue team because there are no anti-ground defenses there as yet. Orange team pinging now. Oops, run away. There's no ramp there though, guys. You're kind of stuck. So they're going to get hemmed in by those docks.
Can the bumblebees come in and save them though? There is one hero bumblebee. He's got a nice path. He's not quite going to do it. The docks are going to focus down those fabricators.
But he has saved the metal extractor. And the metal extractor now, I believe they take only about 20 to 30 seconds to pay for themselves.
Yep.
So having that alive long enough means you have got a net positive to the risky play of expanding onto that metal point.
Yeah.
Now we see some raiding, in fact, coming in from the orange team. Outlying expansion here, defended by a single laser defense tower. Notice the W's are single there, and actually that has effectively ended that docks rush before it's taken down. Even a single metal extractor, well defended there by the blue team. And this is where, at this stage in the game, where these defenses are starting to get plonked down, you need to have something with a little bit more health about it to try and help you to knock your opponents off of their perches.
Yeah, putting those laser defenses and Galata down is kind of like marking your territory in a sort of, you know, primeval way, as it were. You know,
cocking your leg.
Cocking your leg. Yes. This here be my land. Be gone. But we do start to see the transition to vehicles and pushing out a little bit from Orange Team now in a number of places. Unfortunately, Blue Team at this point just happen to have the greater numbers in a couple of locations. This single laser turret, though, is not going to survive in this instance, and these 2 metal extractors could potentially go down. I suspect they will, but we also... Well, I mean, talk about marking territory. There's a fabricator been denied there by Blue as the orange ones hop in. That's going to get completed just in time to deal with those docks there.
You hope. Well, there's 2 sets of docks there. They should really just push straight in. Running away is actually probably cost them more.
That's a set of sparks rather than docks. And actually, they're going to take down that laser turret.
Only just, though. Wow. That's really wiped through. I think actually the net win there was for the orange team because the sparks are quite expensive units from memory.
Potentially, yes. Looking around, though, I mean, into the actual bases, we see all those bot factories actually seemingly to transition into sparks. So I reckon the ratio is probably about 2 to something or other. But T2 bots is up from Blue. T2 bots is up from Blue. We have a couple of locusts.
Oh no!
All locusts. You need. Locusts. Now, I've seen Admiral General and Kazipko micro their locusts, and they have made 3 locusts go a very, very long way. So even 2 locusts at this point in the game, when Orange have not even started thinking about T2, is not even in a build queue anywhere, that could wreck face. I mean, look at where the units are positioned in the Orange base. They're not really in there. So if the locusts get in, there's going to be absolute chaos. We'll have to keep a very close eye on those locusts as they begin to move now. Moving forward. Oh,
I tend to think of locusts as boom bots on steroids, and I don't think I'm wrong in that analogy. They are getting rather too close to those docks. You don't want to let those shoot at those because they're quite weak to hard-hitting, fast-firing units like that. These fabricators are going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Zup, zup.
Oh dear. That is not the noise that locusts make, WrongCat. I believe... No, that is not.
Go on, correct me then. Oh my word, they are right in the middle of space. There is not much
nom, 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 at all. Nom, nom. That's the noise they make. Nom, 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 nom. There's only one left and he dies.
Okay, that was not as effective as it could be. Docks, as it turns out, are very, very good at dealing with locusts because they are fast-firing and quick to respond.
It was very fortunate that those locusts moved past that docks force, and so Orange were able to be alerted to that threat early enough. But there's more locusts, and given how fast locusts can move, they can be sent in from multiple different directions at multiple times. Plus, there's now the threat of potential slammers coming out, and indeed, we do see the transition into the slammers. Ooh, this could be potentially nasty.
Here, running the locusts in the same route again, because now Orange have already got the defences ready to go.
But locusts outdo bombers big time. Can the locusts, though? They don't have the scouts, so they're running in blind. Their vision isn't great, and they're not taking down those buildings.
They ran into an inferno, which is probably the worst thing you can do as a locust.
And Orange have air control. Yippee! So bumblebees are going to be ideal to deal with slammers.
These cheaty strats not paying off so far. Looking at the economies tab, the blue team definitely have the economy advantage here. We've had a temporary boost there from Orange, who just started to extract from some wreckages, I believe. But really, they are miles ahead. They've got at least 50 metal lead for the most part in this game, and they're using that to great effect.
But
we've got some raiding coming in here. There needs some more raiding to happen. We need to take some more of these blue metal extractors down.
Yeah, they really do. Blue are just a little bit too far ahead, especially given that they have the T2 in their base now. A couple of T2 fabbers have been really putting in the work, changing up the T1 mechs into T2 mechs, so you do get a total of some form of amount of mechs, 27 mechs total per point when you have fully upgraded those.
Of course, yes, they do have those tier 2 metal extractors. I don't see any tier 2. There is actually a tier 2 bot factory, no, vehicle factory going up in the orange base now. I think in response to having seen the locust, they've thought, actually, we're behind on this particular part of the game. And having those tier 2 metal extractors will be a huge boost to their economy. And they do need that to catch up at this point.
Yeah.
I'm looking across the army tab. Army count is not too dissimilar between the two sides at the moment. Although the orange team do lead by an amount, of course, do take into account that some of that count is advanced bots from the blue team.
Oh, an air fight there. A few bumblebees, though, getting picked off. Unfortunately, their turning circle betrayed them. And, oh, a few docks moving in against a defensive pelter. That didn't work out very well for them. They did manage to take down that Faber, though, just before that pelter was finished. Really nice work there. But Sparks moving against docks are just too good. Sparks too good against docks.
Well, I think Sparks are pretty much the ideal counter to a docks force because they have that large area of effect weapon, which really, really does a number on the closely packed docks.
This is true, but we do see the Slammers coming out. Bumblebees have found them, though. Interceptors coming in to try and defend them and support them on their push forwards. They have managed to do that. That's 5 Slammers potentially
now, what
threatening
does
this
Orange
base.
have to answer to this? What does Orange have to defend against these? What's going to stop
A potential
those
sheller.
Slammers?
They are going to try and rush out that sheller, I suspect. Are they getting their commanders to
But
assist
is that
it?
going to be
No.
enough to stop those Slammers from just tearing through all of that power? I think that if
probably
they got
not.
any sense, or the commander, even if they get too close to him, that could be a bit of a nuisance.
A single Uber cannon there could deal with that force pretty nicely, but the Slammers with their rate of fire, they need the Bumblebees to come out now. They've lost 2 factories already to these Slammers. Unfortunately, they are focusing down the units there, so they're not actually going to do too much else. Another ping from Blue saying, "Oi, we should cheeky
More coming now,
expansion
this
over
time
here."
supported by docks, who are going to start to soak up some of that light unit fire.
Ah.
And I think, again, this could be quite a nasty little attack. If they do focus on those power generators, they could really cripple Northern Walk's economy.
And there's locusts to follow them up as well. This could be the base killer here, because while all the units are answering wow, that sheller put in work though, and while the units are answering the T2 army, the locusts are going to come in. We already see a couple just wandering around that power blockade there, just nom 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 nom. Factories going down, air coming in, getting the scout
Wow.
off, seeing those commanders. The GG called by Wormia already. They've lost too much. Looking in the economy tab there, they're too far behind. GG from Kazipko. We'll see the self-destruct any minute now. A strong opening from Orange, but unfortunately they just weren't able to follow it up, and they didn't get the scout on that T2 in time in order to know quite what was coming at them, and unfortunately they were a bit late to the party with the vehicles,